The true source of self-worth. Turning inward in a world where everything is observed, commented on, and judged, it's easy to feel like our self-worth is in the hands of others. Whether it's the constant feedback from society or the opinions of those around us, it might seem like we're being measured by an external scale. But what if the true measure of your value isn't determined by others, but by something far deeper within you? In this exploration, we're diving into a revolutionary concept rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom. Your true value comes from within, not from the applause or critiques of the crowd, not from the number of likes, comments, or followers you collect. Today, we'll uncover how embracing Stoic principles can completely shift your understanding of self-worth, guiding you toward a more resilient and authentic life. If you're ready to challenge the conventional and explore a deeper, more fulfilling way of living, you're in the right place. This journey is not about simple solutions or quick fixes. It's about questioning everything we've been taught about how to value ourselves and learning to live by a radically different truth. True worth comes from inside. Let's talk about something that we all face but rarely stop to fully understand: the trap of external validation. We live in a world where social approval is an ever-present force, woven into our daily interactions. Whether it's the likes we get on social media or the feedback we receive from others, these external affirmations can often feel like the foundation of our happiness and self-esteem. But is that really where our worth comes from? Stoicism, a powerful philosophy from ancient Greece and Rome, boldly challenges this idea. Stoics argue that true good is found not in the opinions of others, but in our own virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. They believe that everything outside of these internal values, including external judgments, is beyond our control and ultimately irrelevant to our happiness. Imagine for a moment a life where your peace isn't disturbed by a critical comment online or a disapproving glance from someone in public. Stoicism isn't just about enduring challenges. It's about understanding what deserves your energy and being able to redirect your focus onto what truly matters. Think about the last time you posted something online. There's often a powerful, almost irresistible urge to check for reactions, likes, comments, shares. Each notification is like a little hit, a momentary boost to your ego. But we all know how fleeting that high is, don't we? After a few minutes, the satisfaction fades, and the urge to check again returns. This cycle can become addictive, pulling us further away from self-reliance and internal contentment. What's more, this need for validation doesn't stay confined to the digital world. It spills into our real lives, subtly shaping our behaviors, choices, and even how we present ourselves to fit what we think will earn approval. But here's the Stoic truth: when you base your happiness on the approval of others, you surrender your power. You build your self-worth on a foundation that's as unstable as the opinions of those around you, opinions that shift and change like the wind. True freedom comes from turning inward, from validating yourself, from aligning with your own values, and seeking approval from within. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to the trap of external validation, self-validation. The Stoics teach us that true worth lies in living by our own reason and virtues, not by the fleeting applause of the crowd. When we seek approval from within, we build an inner fortress that is impervious to external judgments. This isn't about being indifferent to the thoughts or feedback of others. It's about recalibrating how much weight those opinions carry in our lives. Instead of seeking constant affirmation, Stoicism encourages us to live authentically, guided by our own principles. We focus on making decisions that align with our values and act in ways that reflect our true selves, not to please others or fit into societal molds. This shift is profoundly liberating. It's not always easy or quick, but it's empowering. By prioritizing internal validation, you free yourself from the cycle of external approval and start making decisions that resonate with your true self. You become proactive, not reactive, choosing paths that align with your own definition of success. Stepping into Stoic philosophy, we find a refreshing and radical approach to self-worth. Unlike today's culture, which often measures worth by external factors like achievements or appearances, Stoicism teaches that true self-worth is rooted in your virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Your value comes from the choices you make that align with these virtues, not from the approval of others. In practical terms, this means your worth isn't determined by how many likes you get on a post, how many compliments you receive on your outfit, or how many people praise your achievements. While these external factors can be pleasant, they should never form the foundation of your self-worth. Instead, you should ask yourself, am I making decisions I can stand by? Am I living truthfully and ethically? This internal dialogue builds a type of self-respect that is unshakable. It doesn't rely on external circumstances, it's self-generated and self-sustained. It creates a life where you live with integrity, choosing actions based on your own principles and not based on what others expect or approve of. One of the most powerful tools for reinforcing this internal source of self-worth is the Stoic practice of daily reflection. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca practiced journaling and meditation to reflect on their actions each day. This isn't about beating yourself up for mistakes or tallying up your successes. It's about honestly evaluating whether your actions aligned with your values. Through this practice, you begin to define your worth not by how others see you, but by how well you live according to your own virtues. This regular self-assessment helps you stay grounded and focused on what truly matters, allowing you to cultivate a life of true personal growth. Adopting this Stoic mindset doesn't mean you stop caring about what others think. It means you recalibrate the influence external voices have on your sense of self. Feedback from others becomes just information, useful for growth, but not a measure of your worth. You begin to see praise and criticism alike as tools for self-improvement rather than as the foundation for your happiness. By choosing to look inward for validation, you break free from the traps of external approval and begin to live more authentically. You start making choices that are true to yourself, grounded in your own values, and guided by your inner sense of purpose. In a world obsessed with outside validation, embracing Stoic wisdom allows you to reclaim your power and build a life that is truly your own. True inner peace comes when you view your self-worth as something that arises from within, not dependent on external approval or fleeting societal standards. When you cultivate this kind of inner security, you no longer feel tossed around by other people's opinions or societal pressures to conform. Instead, you unlock the freedom to live a life that reflects your authentic self, grounded in the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. At the heart of Stoicism is the cultivation of inner courage, a concept that goes beyond grand heroic feats or physical challenges. Stoic courage is the quiet bravery that is required in everyday life to live authentically and stick to your principles, even when external forces push you to do otherwise. It's the courage to face your own flaws and fears, and to act in ways that are true to your values, not just in ways that avoid discomfort or seek social approval. This kind of courage compels you to look inward and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Are your actions guided by a genuine belief in their rightness, or are they driven by the desire for validation or fear of judgment? Consider a situation where you choose to stand up for a cause that's unpopular but just. The courage isn't just in taking the stand, it's in overcoming the internal battle with doubt and fear. Stoic courage means sticking to your course, even when the path is rocky, trusting that your internal compass is aligned with virtue. Moreover, true courage in Stoicism involves accepting and working through your own vulnerabilities. It's about recognizing your fears, anxieties, and uncertainties, not as weaknesses, but as natural human experiences that can be met with rational thought and controlled action. This doesn't mean letting your emotions dictate your actions, but rather observing them and choosing your response based on wisdom, not impulse. This kind of courage is liberating because it frees you from the need to control things beyond your reach, like other people's opinions or outcomes that are out of your hands. Instead, it shifts your focus to what you can control, your beliefs, your actions, and your virtues. Living by inner courage means you're not simply reacting to the world around you. You're actively shaping your life in alignment with who you truly are. It also involves the courage to revise your beliefs and actions when new insights or better reasoning come into play. This adaptability is its own form of bravery, because it requires letting go of long-held convictions when they no longer hold up to rational scrutiny. Stoic wisdom is not about having all the answers, but about approaching life with an open, discerning mind that is ready to learn and evolve. Cultivating this kind of inner courage also builds resilience that doesn't just help you endure hardships, but helps you thrive in the face of them. Life's challenges become opportunities for personal growth, for practicing virtue, and for deepening your understanding of what it means to live a good life. Now let's explore another aspect of Stoic philosophy, embracing vulnerability. At first, vulnerability may not seem to fit with the traditional image of Stoicism, which is often associated with Stoic endurance and emotional control. But surprisingly, Stoicism offers a profound and empowering approach to vulnerability. Rather than seeing vulnerability as a weakness, it invites us to see it as a powerful strength. Stoicism teaches that we are all human, subject to emotions, mistakes, and misfortunes. The Stoic strength lies not in denying these aspects of our humanity, but in embracing them with acceptance and rationality. Vulnerability in Stoicism is about acknowledging your fears and limitations and facing them with courage and integrity. It's about being honest with yourself and others about your struggles, not for the sake of seeking help or sympathy, but so that you can confront them openly and grow from them. Think about how much courage it takes to be truly vulnerable, to admit your weaknesses, your uncertainties, and your fears. This kind of openness, though difficult, is far more powerful than hiding your true feelings or pretending everything is fine. Vulnerability allows for deep self-reflection and personal growth, turning fears that once controlled you into challenges that you can face head-on. This practice of embracing vulnerability also fosters deeper, more meaningful connections with others. When you're honest about your own flaws and uncertainties, it opens the door for others to do the same, leading to more authentic, supportive relationships. Stoicism is not about isolation, but about building a community of rational, virtuous people who support one another through honest, meaningful interactions. Additionally, embracing vulnerability aligns perfectly with the Stoic practice of focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot. By accepting that you cannot control everything, like other people's actions or emotions, you're free to focus on how you respond to them. In this way, vulnerability becomes an opportunity to exercise control over your reactions and decisions, rather than over the external world. Ultimately, vulnerability, when embraced, leads to a more authentic existence. It encourages you to confront your true self, with all your imperfections and uncertainties. This acceptance doesn't weaken you, rather, it strengthens your resolve to live according to Stoic virtues and principles. Finally, Stoic practices help us build resilience in a much deeper way than simply bouncing back from difficulties. Resilience in Stoicism is about transforming every setback into an opportunity for growth. When you face challenges with the right mindset, they become opportunities to practice virtue and deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Each difficulty becomes a stepping stone in the process of self-mastery, teaching you how to live a better, more virtuous life. Resilience, in this sense, is about seeing life's inevitable difficulties as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more virtuous, rather than as obstacles to overcome. This perspective shift is one of the most profound teachings of Stoicism, helping us to not just endure, but to thrive. In life, the key to mastering resilience and mental clarity lies in recognizing the boundaries of our control. Stoics focus on distinguishing between what we can influence, our thoughts, behaviors, and reactions, and what is beyond our grasp, external events and the actions of others. This isn't about passively surrendering, it's an active and empowering choice. By focusing solely on what we can truly control, we conserve our mental energy and avoid wasting it on what is futile. This enables us to remain steadfast and composed, even when life throws unexpected challenges our way. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is daily reflection, often referred to as the evening meditation. This practice invites us to review the day's events, not to dwell on external circumstances or what went wrong, but to focus on our responses. We ask ourselves, how did we handle each moment? Did we react with virtue and wisdom? This reflective habit not only builds resilience, but also transforms setbacks into valuable learning experiences. Instead of feeling defeated by adversity, Stoics use it as an opportunity for growth, gathering insights to handle similar challenges more effectively in the future. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us the art of perception management. How we view difficulties directly impacts our ability to respond to them. If we perceive obstacles as insurmountable, we are more likely to feel overwhelmed. However, when we see these challenges as natural tests of our character, they become opportunities for growth. This shift doesn't deny the reality of hardship, but it empowers us to face it with dignity, purpose, and a constructive attitude. Another essential Stoic tool for building resilience is the premeditation of evils, or premeditatio malorum. This practice involves visualizing potential setbacks and challenges. Far from being pessimistic, this technique prepares our minds for any difficulty that may arise. By mentally rehearsing how we might handle obstacles, we reduce the shock and dismay when things don't go as planned. It's a form of mental training that strengthens our ability to remain composed, no matter what life presents. In Stoicism, resilience is also about staying true to our values, regardless of external pressures. The concept of amor fati, or love of fate, teaches us to embrace whatever comes our way, trusting that each experience, whether good or bad, contributes to our moral and philosophical development. This acceptance is not passive resignation, but an active engagement with life. Stoics choose to see growth potential in every experience, embracing both the joys and hardships with equal purpose. When we build resilience through Stoic practices, we cultivate a mindset that views life's challenges not as burdens, but as integral to our personal growth and ethical development. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to apply Stoic virtues like courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom. Instead of avoiding difficulties, we learn to see them as learning moments that help shape us into wiser, more virtuous individuals. Focusing on our own path isn't about isolation or rejecting the guidance of others. It's about ensuring that the choices we make align with our values, not merely reflecting societal expectations or the desires of those around us. Stoic philosophy encourages self-sufficiency, not in a material sense, but emotionally and intellectually. By developing inner fortitude, we become less reliant on external sources of happiness and more focused on cultivating peace and rational thought from within. This doesn't mean that Stoics reject emotions. Rather, they strive to maintain a state where happiness doesn't depend on external circumstances. Happiness, in the Stoic sense, comes from within, through reason, virtue, and a commitment to live according to one's values. As we navigate life's challenges, we must ask ourselves whether we are making choices because they are right and virtuous, or because we fear judgment and crave approval. Focusing on our path also involves embracing the Stoic principle that the obstacle is the way. Obstacles are not merely roadblocks, but opportunities for growth. Every difficulty offers us a chance to practice the Stoic virtues and apply them to our lives. By viewing our journey this way, we start to see obstacles not as hindrances, but as essential parts of our development. This practice also fosters personal responsibility. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external events, we always have the power to control how we respond. Focusing on our own path means taking ownership of our choices and their consequences. It means not blaming others for our misfortunes, but looking inward to understand what we can change and how we can grow. Ultimately, focusing on our own path is about authenticity. It's about crafting a life that truly reflects who we are and what we aspire to be, not one shaped by external pressures or societal demands. By following this Stoic practice, we create lives of genuine fulfillment, built on reason, virtue, and personal integrity. When we focus on our path, we contribute not only to our own well-being, but also to a world where integrity and virtue guide us all. As you continue your journey, let Stoic wisdom light your way. Embrace each moment with courage and integrity, and let every challenge become a stepping stone toward personal growth and fulfillment. Live virtuously, and you'll find that the path you walk is one of lasting peace, purpose, and strength.